as they play host to Australia. I'm Kevin Walsh. I am with Gabriel Morency. I will let people know we'll go through the full slate today. Of course, under for me in this game, under 2.5, which has moved quite a bit. I think some through bets and some through the absence of Christian Pulisic, who looked incredible in the opening half that he did play against Paraguay. But remember, he didn't even play in the second half of that match. So the absence of Pulisic now, something the U.S. may feel. I think a part of the reason that this total has gotten a little bit shorter here. Now, what's interesting is the U.S. number grew a little bit at close, closer to minus 180 than that minus 160 number here. So maybe it's just more money coming in on this under, which I do feel good about. Australia, to me, are not a major threat offensively. Maybe the U.S. can get their first clean sheet in what's been an 11-game stretch without keeping one. But also, the U.S. are really going to struggle to score even if Pulisic played. The Aussie side is good defensively. They kept a clean sheet against Turkey in their opening match here. I would not be surprised if this is a 1-1 draw when it's all said and done. I did not play the USA. There's all these promos here in America, Gabe, on USA Moneyline. I left them alone because I'm not, one, super confident they're going to win, and I think the price, quite frankly, is terrible on the U.S. here. I'm loaded up for the under here for the U.S.'s second match of World Cup play.
Yeah, you know what? We're actually on the same side here. I pulled the trigger on the under in this match, and it's funny, Kevin, because coming into the World Cup and looking at this match, Australia actually can score, but they're actually a well-managed side in the sense that if they realize the other team's better than them, they'll shut it down. If they think, okay, we're better than you, we'll open it up a little bit. And in the World Cup, they've definitely just sort of shut this down. Now, against Turkey, their goalie kind of saved them, right? Turkey did have like 9 shots, a lot of like legitimate scoring opportunities against them. But, you know, there's more of a gut, Kevin, with this match, too. I was like, you know what? I can see this being like a 1-0 type of game. I think this is going to be a real battle in the sun here in Seattle. Australia's not going to want to run up and down the pitch with the U.S., so I pulled the trigger on the under 2.5, and our cards, the 3.5 is gone, Kevin. That party's like left the building. It's 2.5 for the cards all the time. We got plus money on it, but we went under 2.5, and I wouldn't expect that USA and Australia gets too physical. You know what I mean? Like, there's not bad blood between them. Like, there's the styles of play.
Is Gabe bad blood between these teams? Quite honestly, here.
Well, actually, because I know once someone said who said it was a layup. It was a forward. That's not even on the team, though, right? There was some talk, but not in the same way, Kevin.
Got hurt in the last game that these two teams met. Australia, one of their players was like, "I've never wanted to win a match more in my entire life." So, but guys, I say that just to kind of set the stage. It's not mattered in most of these games, okay? There's a bunch of games where these teams look like they hate each other, and the refs are like, "Get up." It's just been that kind of tournament, really.
Yeah, for the most part, it really was. Yesterday, there was one of the games. Which one was it? It was before the Canada game. Which was the early game yesterday?
Bosnia and Switzerland.
It was the woman referee. It was the first woman referee. She wasn't playing around, and it annoyed me because, right? I'm like, what are you calling by the book for, right? Like, she was like all over people all the time. Okay. Yeah. She was all over players. South Africa, that was it. The South Africans kept getting in her face and stuff. But she did it. You know, it was a well officiated match, ref match.
Yeah.
I think the physicality will start to pick up as we go on, but it really has been one of the best bets. If we look at the World Cup, Kevin, what have been the best bets in this tournament so far? We had that one day with the draws, whatever, so people, won the lottery ticket with the draws. I'd say both teams to score.
Yeah,
both teams to score has been a massive one. Massive one.
Yeah.
And people don't really bet cards. You know what I mean? Like, it's not sexy. I don't know, I post it. I got a few people, we're killing them, Morency, keep it going. When you tell people, what are you betting today? I'm going to bet under cards.
Yeah.
It's like, what do you like in the Super Bowl? Well, under penalty yards, right? Nobody wants to do that, right? It's kind of weird bet. But we're seeing they're letting them play. They really are letting them play since that first match where we saw South Africa and Mexico get the 3 red cards.
To what you just said, because I heard this statistic today. So the most fouls committed in a match were Scotland and Haiti. 44 fouls. Okay? 44 fouls. Now, the second most fouls in a match was South Africa, Mexico, right? And that was like 30 fouls. Now, that game had 1 million cards. But 44 fouls, Scotland, Haiti, there were 4 cards. 4 cards. So, okay,
so
over 3.5 guys.
1 in 10. Yeah, 1 in 10, basically.
Guys, that's by far the most fouls we've seen in a match. So even when these guys are hitting each other,
fouls to get the over. You know what I mean?
Yes,
that's what it took.
Yes. Like that. So it just kind of gives you an idea why this is something that, we've talked about all the time here on this show. I wanted to just throw this at you quickly, Gabe, because I do think it's something that I'm sure we'll talk more about, especially depending on the result here. But Pulisic missing this game, there's some debate. Is he more injured than they are letting on, and they're trying to keep it under wraps? Or are the U.S. really banking on, we've already grabbed 3 points, we should beat Australia, let's play it safe with Christian Pulisic? This guy there's no way he doesn't play against Turkey, for example. I'm a little torn here on how to feel about Pulisic moving forward in this tournament.
I kind of think what you said. I think they can win this match anyways. Look, they win this match. They win the group. He doesn't need to play in the next game. I think they're looking at the big picture. You win this game, he doesn't need to play in the next game. And then he's basically going to get, 2 weeks off before the knockout games are like July 2nd, 3rd, 4th, etc., like in that zone. So to me, I think they're just looking at the big picture here, and I don't think it's arrogance. I don't think he's fit to play today, but I think ideally, Kevin, that he would not play against Turkey. I think they would rather win this. We don't even need to beat, whatever happens after, right? Turkey's already lost the game. So USA control their destiny here. They win this game, they lock the group up, and then you can just rest them and move on.
Yeah. But the Turkey result tonight still matters in terms of the group. Because if Turkey get 3 points against Paraguay, then they could beat the U.S. in the final match, get draw level 6 apiece, and that. So,
but that's what I'm saying. What happens here with the U.S. though, right? So of course, let's see how this plays out. Yeah.
My thing is just, and this is something that we've talked about, Gabe. The perception of this team all tournament. Where did the U.S. get off thinking, we don't need our best player to beat any team?
Yeah.
Listen,
dude, I think things can change in a hurry, Kevin. I think, like you said, the perception from give them the trophy, and kidding aside, but people were very enthused, and people were kind of pessimistic about the side coming into the tournament. Mm-hmm. And then, oh my God, the big party against Paraguay. I think the script could flip pretty quickly today, Kevin.
100%.
Like I said, this could be people could be wondering after today if this ends up a 1-1 draw type thing.
We'll talk about the match you went to. Canada were playing Qatar. They changed their 11 game over game. They didn't say, it's fine, it's Qatar. No, they made a huge change and dominated because of it. Because Canada's not going to rest on their laurels. They understand the moment in front of them, and that's what I'm struggling with. Again, Pulisic is clearly some level of injured, but if we're dealing with, he could have played, but come on, it's Australia. Where do the United States of America?
Little arrogant.
I don't care if we're playing Curacao. I don't want to hear, it's just, you're the United States. Soccer. Be right back on SportsGrid. All right, we're back right here on SportsGrid, and we have now run into an in-game live goals during commercial stretch. Yeah, we had avoided for quite some time. The U.S. are on the board via an own goal once again, and the live odds are minus 550 now for the U.S. to win this match. The total at 2.5 is minus 250 to the over, minus 150 under 3.5. It's a little bit tempting. But I got to say, and I know, listen, I'm on the under, so forgive me as I sound, I guess, a little un-American. Cam Burgess, you're terrible. Listen, I understand, most of the own goals are fluky. It hits a guy, there's nothing he can do. Gabe, he kicked it in the back of the net. He kicked it in the back of the net.
I was going to say that, Kevin, that there's a lot of own goals where it's like own goal. It's like, dude, the ball got drilled at him and hit him and went in the net. What do you want him to do, right? He literally kicked it in the net.
Come on.
Dude, the ball, guys, if you're not just joining us, he literally, like he was on Team USA. He kicked it in the net. What was he doing? Were you trying to kick it over the net? He literally is like a football player going the wrong way. He kicked it in the net.
It was like he was gearing up to hit it with his right foot, and he forgot his left foot was in the way. Legitimately embarrassing.
Yeah, I thought the same. When I saw, I was like, "There's own goals. That's an own goal." Literally just gave the U.S. just got gifted a goal. It's the second time it's happened to them too, right? In the tournament.
The opening goal against Paraguay was an own goal, Gabe. 7 minutes in, the U.S. has now scored on an own goal 15 minutes into each match.
You create your own magic. You create your own karma. You know what I mean? So we'll give them credit for that, but very gratuitous right there.
100%.
Now,
it was a great run by Balogun. It was a great run.
You should win the bet. You should win the score prop for Buddy on Australia, for that. He scored.
Yeah, Australia over half a goal should be the winner, not the U.S.
Yeah, he just got a goal score prop. Here's a corner kick for the U.S. But you talked about it, Kevin, and I always wonder about Christian and the chemistry. What happens, you see, not Alphonso Davies, not the same thing, because Alphonso Davies, they really are friends. If you see, you can tell Canada, Kevin, you watch that team, they really do like each other. You know what I mean? They're buddies. Mm-hmm. They actually speak in the off season, they actually do get along. But when you get sort of these teams that only have one star, you know what I mean? It's a little bit different. Mm-hmm. And I don't know, you can tell me, you're the American soccer fan in a sense, but I never get the feeling there's something off about him with me and this team. I think this team is sort of fine without him. They're listen, he's okay. And I don't think it's personal per se, but I think, we're tired of this, that it's about him and, he's not fit and blah, blah, blah. And AC Milan this and all this. I think the rest of the team could just sort of focus and dial in. I know you felt the same way, even though he wasn't playing, that it really wouldn't hurt them all that much moving forward, as crazy as it sounds. They need him in the big picture, but I just wonder, I don't think, I wonder about the chemistry, Kevin, at times with him and the team.
I think it's really fair. And I want to make this point quickly, okay? And you tell me if I'm being unfair.
He doesn't play a lot, Kevin. It's almost he's already forced him to play. Yes. You know what I mean? In the other games?
Gabe, he skipped the Gold Cup
here. Yeah.
So he could be healthy for this tournament.
Gold Cup. That's a big deal, the Gold Cup. You got to often play in that.
But Gabe, he skipped it to be healthy for the World Cup and has now played 45 minutes so far, right? But here's why I like the Davies comparison. Saying Alphonso Davies is the best Canadian player is not an insult to any other guy. Alphonso Davies has been a key part of Bayern Munich for 7 years.
It's one of the best sides in the world. Exactly.
No, you can't, at no point, anyone who tells you how good Alphonso Davies is not overstating it. I understand Christian Pulisic played for Chelsea. Weston McKennie's been at Juventus. Okay, Flo Balogun's at Monaco over in the French league where PSG are. Tyler Adams at Bournemouth in the Premier League. Pulisic
just Jonathan
has
David,
been a guy we've
Juventus,
talked about.
Thing. But they're not stars. They're just sort of hanging on.
Yeah, but Pulisic game. It's not like he's the only guy who. At first, it was a big deal when Pulisic was playing at these clubs. But he's not the only one anymore. right? Do you know what I mean? Like, so I wouldn't be surprised if some of these guys are like, yeah, we're fine. Flo Balogun's better than Pulisic. Everyone thinks Pulisic our best player. He's not. It's bad. Or Weston McKennie might think he's the best player. And that's not ridiculous to think that. I don't think it is. Now, I thought Pulisic was honestly brilliant in the opening 45 minutes, but I think a part of this is these guys are probably not as panicked as some other people are when they saw the Pulisic news.
No, I agree. And the fact that we talked about, he doesn't play in so many of the friendlies and so many of the other tournaments and so many of the lead-ups. He's not there with them all the time, right? Mm-hmm. That's what I'm talking about. Like, are they buddies? Or is it like, yeah, what's up, Chris? Like, we see you once in 6 months. You know what I mean? How you doing? Like, are they actual buddies? Sort of like, you know what? I'm not comparing, like, Peterson with the Kansas Jayhawks, but he wasn't there. So it's like, oh, Peterson isn't playing. Like, the rest of the kids were fine.
Well, even Gabe, like, how about when in the regular season, we would bet on the Spurs, even when Wemby was out? Because we're like, guys, Wemby misses a lot of games. Like, they know how to win. They win games without Wemby. Like, it's okay.
That's a good example about, like, great chemistry that they have, right? It's like, all right, Wemby's not here, we step up. Like, they really are a real unit.
Yeah.
It'll be interesting to see moving forward, but dream start, Kevin, for Team USA. Let's be real.
100%.
And I see you're almost
100%.
like reluctantly trying to accept it almost. Like, you can't.
Well, part of it is having the under, to be honest.
Yeah, I know. But I was mad the first game, like 4-1. I can't believe you can't make this up. I bet the under, too.
Yeah.
All right. No, don't worry about it. We're good. One thing, I don't know if Australia is going to threaten. Like, have they come close to doing anything here? Let's be real.
You know,
this could be a clean sheet for the U.S.
It would be nice. Gabe, I'll be honest. Gabe's right. We've been talking a lot about this tournament. There are a lot of people who are enjoying this U.S. run blissfully. They're like, we're awesome. I saw someone today basically say there's only 6 teams with a better chance to win this tournament than the U.S. Oh, God. And so when I see them score,
I would say there's only like 6 teams that couldn't beat them, that would beat them. You know what I mean? Like the other way around. Like, you know, they can lose to anybody.
right, guys, back to right here on SportsGrid. We're probably getting pretty close to everyone's favorite hydration break. Which, speaking of break,
I got a take on that. I got to take on the hydration break, a new one.
So
I'm all for it.
Hold on all right, now that is not what I was ready for.
I'm all for it. As somebody, Kevin, so listen, I'm at the game yesterday.
All right, go for it.
And as somebody that goes to, I go to like 1 million soccer games a year. Like you guys see, I go to like basically every Vancouver Whitecap game that I can if I'm not doing a live show. So, you know how many goals I've missed over the years? 50, 75, Kevin?
Yeah.
Like, no, I swear. I could be sitting there in a 0-0 game, and in the 50th minute, the time I go to the bathroom, they'll score. You know what I mean?
Yep.
It's one of those like type of deals. So yesterday, I'm like, oh, this is great. I said, man, we got the hydration break, the quick bathroom break. I said, I'm not going to miss a goal. I missed the goal. We scored so many times. But I actually like it when you're there because I'm like, oh, I'm not going to miss anything. But it's so quick and stuff. But, man, Canada scored so many times yesterday, Kevin. It was hard to keep up with the goals, to be honest with you.
All right, hold on. I think, though, Gabe, you would have agreed with what made me lose my mind yesterday during the Switzerland-Bosnia game I was doing with Tom. The first half game had 3 minutes added stoppage time. The hydration break is 3 minutes.
Yeah.
Guys,
that's impossible. It's impossible.
Gabe, have you ever seen a soccer game have a half without stoppage time? Because that's what that basically means. That there was no stoppage time other than the hydration break. That's not even real. We're now not doing the sport.
You talked about American numbers, our boy. Right?
Yep.
We discussed this. I brought it up earlier. These matches are shorter. They just are.
It's ridiculous.
You know what I don't understand either? Like, is this an American thing? But it wouldn't be. Like, the FIFA and the World Cup is so big. They wouldn't, like, we're going to change things because, we're going to tighten up the time for Americans, right? So they sort of, because it's always been a thing of, like, the added time. People don't really understand. Oh, how come it's not a clock, etc. It's absolutely ridiculous. Like you said, dude, you got 3 minutes. I didn't know that. I was out last night. So you did.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I saw another one too. They added like 5 minutes. I was like, dude, it's 3 minutes. The goalie like faked an injury for like 7 minutes.
Right.
Like they are literally just dismissing it. Like you're not. And of course, there was one game the other day I had the under, and I had a bunch of under cards and stuff, and they actually like did it for real, Kevin. 11 minutes at a time. It was like a real game, and I was almost like, I like your little fake way better, actually.
That's what I'm saying. Like that's, and I know there's less laying down for injuries because I believe they changed a rule that if you lay down, you have to stay off the field for a minute.
You see the refs are on the players quick when they get down. You notice the guy comes over and tells you better get up if you're not hurt for real. Yeah.
But honestly, like the idea that we would ever have a half of soccer football where the clock hits 45:00 and everyone just walks off that's literally never happened in the history of this sport. And now you want me to believe that other than the hydration break, there's nothing going on here. It's just nonsense. And it really bothered me because the hydration break, there's a lot of people who get angry that it's ruining the purity of the sport. I'm not a soccer purist, so I'm not going to say that it's as insulting to me as others. But what will bother me if we are now just not playing the appropriate amount of time of a game, especially when we're betting totals, and sometimes it works for you and sometimes it doesn't. But if I'm losing out on 3 minutes, like that matters. It matters a lot. Gabe, Gabe, how many games have we seen a goal scored in the last 30 seconds of a half?
Oh, too many times for my liking. A million. It's almost daily. It's almost daily. Like last second, last play. There'll be a goal and then they blow the whistle right after. Yep. But, listen, guys, it's not just the result, like from a betting perspective. But if you add it up and we're actually losing, let's say, 8 minutes of a match, 7 to 6, whatever, 6 to 8 minutes, less opportunity for corner kicks, less opportunity for all the different props, right? Everything just sort of gets tightened up a little bit. There's something to it. Now, it doesn't mean every game goes under, right? So it's not an automatic, well, every game's going under because of this. But as I stated, if you look at the big picture of everything, it affects the props, player props, corner kicks, like in-game,
100%.
all this, shots on goal. We're losing time. Imagine like an NFL game, guys, we're not really playing 60 minutes. It's like, we're really doing 56 now. It's like, well, we just lost 4 minutes. It's last place. Last place.
Remember when everyone freaked out when college football changed the clock?
Yeah,
rules?
we're not going to stop the clock off the first down.
And everyone freaked out about it. And understandably, they're like, well, the game's different now. So it all makes a difference here. We're back from the hydration break. We're back after a quick break. All right, back on SportsGrid. Let's get through some of the statistics here through a half hour of play. The U.S. have taken 5 shots. The own goal is how they were able to score. Australia with 2 shots, one of those on net. Corners-wise, we're at 3 total, 2 for Australia, just the 1 for the U.S. here. And as far as cards go, we actually, and this, I'll be honest, Gabe, snuck by me a little bit. It says Australia have a yellow card. I don't know how I missed that because I have the game up in front of me and have watched every second of it. But Australia do have a yellow card on them right now.
They do, unfortunately. And the card prop was 2.5 plus 120 to the over. Updated card prop right now in game 3.5. I got to pounce on this. And minus 150. I don't think there's going to be 4 calls here. I'm with you too. I missed it. I didn't see the yellow card.
I don't understand how
did
that
it happen after the goal? I mean, we're watching it. He never stopped and did a big thing. I mean, it must have been real quick. Like, I didn't see it.
Says it was at the 16-minute mark. I mean, yeah. You know, guys in the back saying they saw it.
We're talking, so we're going to miss some things along the way. Yeah, but there it is.
Yeah.
You know what's crazy, though? This is like, wow, you look at the sheet here. USA don't have a shot on target. They don't have a shot on goal. They got 5 shots. They don't have a shot on goal, but they're winning 1-0. Like, dude, what was the guy that did that, Kevin, on Australia? Like, he really screwed them hard. I hate to throw him under the bus. It's like, bro.
Oh, he did? Yeah.
0-0 right now. We already won. Like, you might cost us the group type thing. Like, what the hell did you do? Like, seriously, they got 3 points. It's big for them, like, this game. He kicked it in his own net. Like, a lot of times, like you guys said, A lot of times you hear own goal. It's like, man, you're being a little hard. Like, it's a little unfair.
Yes.
Own goal. Like, yeah, it's like, what do you want the guy to do? He's in the box. It went off him. He tried to stop it. What do you want him to do?
Million miles
This
an
guy
hour.
literally kicked it in the net. Oh, here's another card.
Oh, whoa.
What are you doing, Australia? Stop. What are you doing?
You know, that's interesting, though. Because here's the one thing I would say, Gabe, about the U.S., and I wonder if you agree. But if there's a moment where they think this game's in hand, they're going to go out there and try and get one back. That would worry me a little bit.
Look at this, though. I don't even know what this is.
Wow.
Dude. Who was that? Adams? Buddy got away. The U.S. The U.S. grabbed the guy's jersey. You see that? That's why, like, I don't know if he got... I'm dead serious. Like, I'm like, who's this on? I think that's why the Australian guy's like, dude, like, why didn't you call this a minute ago before or 30 seconds ago before? All right. Oh, dangerous ball into the box for the U.S.
Oh, boy.
All right. So time of possession, the U.S. is dominating. 68%. 68% to 32. Dangerous attacks, USA 20, Australia 9, which means dangerous attacks is really ball in the offensive zone, etc. But time of possession, 68-30. One thing, though, Kevin, there have been a lot of corners, man. 4 corner kicks already in this match.
Oh, wow. Yeah. That's kind of sneaking up, though, a little bit there, right? I think it's 2 apiece. The one thing, like, I'm looking at here...
You know, it's 9.5 now. Kind of feels... I'm surprised not like 10.5. Yeah. 9.5 is not unreasonable here. Like, it's going to pick up. Like, as this goes on, Australia's going to have to get more desperate in the second half, etc.
I'll tell you the one thing that me yesterday game in that Canada game was the live over corners. At the half, I think the game total was 11.5, 12.5, whatever it was. I mean, Canada ended up with 19 corners.
Dude.
Just the amount of pressure Canada, they were able to
we are corner kings. We suck at them. We don't do anything.
You guys can't finish, right? In a game, you scored 6 goals, but...
but I swear to God, Canada, like, dude, they were minus 4.5 on the corner handicap yesterday, spread. Minus, you never see that. Like, they was like, man, I got to get 5 more corner kicks than you.
17.5, Gabe. I think it finished 19-1.
That's insane. Oh, 19-1. Wow. And you know what's crazy, Kevin? There was a prop out there. I talked about this before the tournament started. Most corner kicks in a match was over under 19.5.
Oh,
like so, and
you did talk about that.
Yeah, you remember that? I said there'll be one game. There'll be like 20 corner kicks. There's got to be some like crazy game where it's just going to be like
the fact that basically came from one team.
That's wild.
Like one team got 19 corners, and the prop was 9. How about Gabe? It almost didn't go over. Now imagine someone having that bet and Qatar finished with no corner.
Yeah, you get 19-0.
19-0. You lost it.
19-0. So, yeah, the Cards are in trouble here, so I'm done. I mean, I'm going to have to adjust here. I got to stop the 2.5. So it was one of these deals where, guys, it was always 3.5. We won so much. It was like basically every game was going under 3.5 cards. They made it 2.5. Now it's starting to be hit or miss a little bit. But a lot of the times, Kevin, I'm noticing it's emotion that these cards come from. Right? Like the South African dudes, like, I've learned my lesson. I'm never betting undercards with these guys ever again. Like, they're just, they have no discipline. Like, you know what I mean? Like they foul you, they get they're always losing, so then they get frustrated, right? Because they're losing. So they're always losing, they get frustrated. But then on top of it, they mouth off all the time. Like, like, you know, like, you can't mouth off in soccer, guys. Like, seriously, you can't taunt people. Like, you can't mouth off to the ref in soccer. But they do. Like, dude, the woman, like, the guy was, like, right in her face. Even the announcer, like, the British dude was like, hey, you got to back off. Like, you can't do this. Like, they're so emotional. And now the Aussies just seem to be getting mad, like, along the way here. I think they're mad they're losing 1-0, and, like, they're frustrated. They have no goal. They're actually, like, why are we losing? You can just sort of see the anger brewing with the Australian players now.
What I'm taking a look at, Gabe, and I don't want to go against you, but if you're saying you're done, then maybe you'll be more open to this. But I'm seeing right now the U.S. over half a card at like minus 180. I'm not going to bet it yet,
They've got to get a foul. They've got to do something.
So Australia are going to get multiple cards in the opening half, and the U.S. are going to be unscathed. That feels unlikely.
We're going to have a global conspiracy going. Of course, they didn't give a card to the U.S., but they gave a card to Right. But you figure as well, too, in the second half, as we stated, Australia's just sort of hanging on now. I mean, it's not the most entertaining game right now. USA are sort of, with the ball all the time, but not a lot has really happened. I mean, they don't have a shot on target. Despite that's something I want to bring up, Kevin. Despite their dominance of the time of possession, it's the great John Wooden line. Don't confuse activity for achievement. Mm-hmm. You're lucky that Australia kicked the ball in their own net. Otherwise, this is a 0-0 game right now. Let's be real.
And wouldn't it be tense, Gabe? It would be a little bit like, why?
Yeah,
they're not
it'd be
doing
like
anything.
Underachieving. Exactly. Like you're kicking the ball around, but you're not doing anything.
You're asking for trouble. You got to take your chances. But that's not what we have right now.
Like, even though it's 1-0 and 70%, 30% possession right now, but it doesn't feel like they're dominating or anything, Kevin. You know what I mean? Like, they're not. Like,
here's what I tell you it feels like, Gabe. It feels like Australia aren't even on the pitch in terms of, like, threatening, like, they are bringing kind of nothing. Yeah, they are not bringing anything to, which I'm a little surprised with, by the way. Like, Australia should not be acting like they're Cape Verde going up against Spain. Crazy
is the Australian domestic league is one of the highest scoring leagues in the world.
Oh, yeah,
like their domestic league is like run and gun. Yeah, run and gun. Like you got like 5-4 games in their domestic league, the Australian Premier League. But like I said, they do adjust to, all right, we're not as good as this team, so this is the way we're going to try to approach this. But I mean, you're not going to win if you don't even they do have a shot, Kevin, on goal at least, but I don't see how they score. That's why I like the in-game under still here, because I don't see how Australia scoring in this match.
Yeah, we're going to run up against a break here, but before we do, a quick look at that live total. It's 2.5, even money to the under. And that means it's going to minus money if we don't get another goal here, which I don't think we are in this opening half. We'll be right back. Okay, we're back with you right here on In-Game Live. And I will say we're going to get a pretty good test on stoppage time in this opening half. We've had a goal. We've had a hydration break. We had 2 guys down injured. Like, that thing pops up 4 minutes. I'm gonna break something. By the way, I wanted to. I'm on the under.
Yeah, it's an under. Like, we're underbenders. Exactly. Yeah, make it 3 minutes.
2 minutes. 2 minutes. It was the hydration break wasn't even that long. It wasn't even.
I said this earlier in the tournament, Kevin. I caught that. I was like, "This is impossible." Remember, I was bitching about that like after the first day. I was like, "You're not stopping the clock yet. You're not adding time. Like, what are we doing?" Like, think about it, guys. Like, they don't. If you like, I don't understand that either. If you're gonna do this little hydration break, why don't you just stop the clock, Kevin? Just stop the clock.
Yeah.
Just say, all right, stop the clock. It's 23 minutes. Yeah. We're taking a break. We're stopping the clock. We'll resume.
Yeah.
But they let the clock tick, yet they don't replace the time after. We talked about this. Like, you add it up over the course of 90 minutes, guys. Like, most matches are 100 minutes. Let's say, I don't know what we'll look up what the average time is of a soccer match. 97 minutes, 98 minutes, Kevin. You know what I mean?
Let me see if I can look up the Premier League.
Oh, there it is.
Oh, you got it. Kidding me.
Oh.
Flags up.
Offside.
Flags up.
Offside.
Flags
Offside. Offside.
Flags up. Flags up. There we go.
Oh, boy. Freeman. Oh, boy.
Listen.
I just thought, I was like, oh, God, we're done. There's the under's done.
By the way, Gabe, like, you're telling me that the U.S. nearly went 2 up. No, how could he be onside? I don't know. The commentary Gabe is thinking he could be onside. Because I got the broadcast up a little bit in my ear just to try and keep tabs. Oh, boy.
They're going to the VAR.
Are you telling me? I think he's going to be onside.
Yeah, VAR check. I think he was onside, too. Me personally, too, I don't like I think it's dumb. I don't think you can be offside in the box either. Let's see.
That's interesting.
Yeah, because the definition of offside, Kevin, like the nature of the rule is so somebody just doesn't stand on the other side. Cherry pick. Like, you know what I mean? Same in hockey. So you don't have a guy on the other side. It's not like, it's almost like, put it this way. You can't be offside inside the blue line in hockey. You know what I mean? Like, to me, that's why, this is another thing, too. Why do they do this?
And, let's see. What are
here we go.
You got it?
Hold up. Goal stands.
Goal. Wow.
The hell? The U.S. team all running on the pitch now? All of them? You can't do this.
Oh. What?
The hell's going on? Oh, man, it's got to be a card. Oh, man. Well, they're rolling, Kevin.
Boy.
Our total's done. We're in trouble.
All right. You know what? Time to change the narrative.
Got to hope we hit the 3.5.
U.S. is the best team in the world. I mean, honestly. What is this team to win the World Cup?
They're outscoring the opponent 6-1 now.
I mean, this is getting out of control.
Not as good as Canada in the 6-0, but impressive. But yeah.
Boy.
Because I was going to say, too, I didn't think it was offside because the ball got hit. I'm like, the ball was in play.
Yeah.
Right? Like, so, like, there was contact on the ball before Freeman touched it. Look, see, once it to the Australian to me, and then it's onside here.
Here's the thing, guys.
That's some shady goalkeeping by the Australian keeper, too. Like, dude, you're flopping around everywhere. Like,
guy's a mess.
Dude, I know.
Guy's a disaster.
Like, that was just bad. And if you're Australia, like, both goals, you had an own goal, that goal, just sloppy stuff. That's why I'm not taking anything away from the U.S., Kevin, but, like, you or I could finish these things. I mean, it's ridiculous.
Well, no. That's the thing, right? Like, I don't want to be that guy, but in all seriousness, these are not like highlight reel goals coming from the United States.
No, but they look good. We're not taking anything away from them. They're winning. Yes, it's good, but I'm just saying, like,
yes,
yeah, Australia suck. Let's call it like. And I'm not mocking them like now, saying, oh, they're no good. They're playing terrible. I mean, what are they doing? There's just like their goalie, the own goal, just terrible stuff in their own box there.
Yeah, our frustration as a total better. Yesterday, I was on the under in the
it's still 3.5
Canada. Yeah, and I think you could get there, quite honestly. Like, I'm going to let this game get to half just because, like,
it's going to be 4-0 USA. I don't
think
listen,
so.
If we're looking for a bailout here, I don't think Australia are going to score. Yeah. I don't think they can score. Like, they're not even going to come close. Like, it's minus 188 right now. Both minus 180. I got to get into this. Because this is a runaway train, dude. The U.S. might win this game 4-5-0.
Which would,
and I'm going to lose the cards. We're already at 2 cards already. This is a disastrous first half.
I'm sorry. It's very hard to imagine that the U.S. are going to beat Australia, 4-0. Like that. Like, guys, like the U.S. were minus 160 to win this match. Like, I understand that that's a decent number, but like they weren't minus 350. You know what I mean? Like they weren't.
No, I know.
This was like another close match here potentially, and
they got respect for the Turkey win, but I'm just mad at myself because I even told people, I talked about this a lot. I was like, oh, USA, Australia is going to be like free money to the over. And of course now, game day gets here and I'm like, you know what? Yeah, I sort of felt like Australia wouldn't present much of a threat offensively. USA 2-0, but that own goal sort of changed the complexion here, right?
Well, how about this game too, though? In Australia's last 15 matches, they've allowed multiple goals coming into today twice. Just twice. But to Colombia and the USA. So now, Gabe, in their last 16 matches, they've allowed multiple goals 3 times. Both times to the U.S., and then one other time. Like the U.S. seemingly have their number.
And I don't want to use bad beat or anything like that. Just sort of like, we're not in a rhythm in this game. The USA have 1 shot on target. They're winning 2-0.
Exactly.
So
it was a
little frustrating as an under better here.
100%. 100%.
I don't always do a great job of delivering it in the right way. I will admit that. But I think overall, when you're honest with people, they know they can trust you. That, I think the last thing you want to be is somebody who BS's people. And then they don't know if what you're saying is true, if you're manipulating them.
Outspoken with Dan Cilio. Only on SportsGrid.
Class is in session. Today, let's talk about the teaser. A teaser is a multi-leg bet where you shift the point spread in your favor. You get better numbers, but every selection has to win. It doesn't matter what you bet if you don't have the insights. Tune into SportsGrid and get ahead of the class.
Wembanyama goes to the park and plays chess against people. Like, I saw him come in with a book today. Yeah. He walked in with a book, Kevin. He had a bunch of books in his hand. I was thinking to myself, I'm like, he's the only NBA player that actually walks in with a book that actually read it.
Yeah. It's a good take. Yeah.
Shot of LeBron. Listen, I couldn't help it.
I knew that I was trying to cut you off before you said the name.
In-game live, only on SportsGrid.
Hey there, it's your buddy Craig Carton. If you're trying to find out how to get all the great content that me and Tyrone Johnson give you every single day, here's Tyrone to tell you how.
You can subscribe on Apple Podcasts, YouTube, Spotify, and of course, Amazon Music as well. We're at all 4.
That's right. It's the Craig Carton Show podcast every weekday morning live at 11, replayed at noon on YouTube and on SportsGrid throughout the country. Check it out.
All right, back with you guys here on Sports Grid. We are approaching the end of the opening half of play here, but the United States are just playing with all of the confidence in the world. They did just put their first shot on target. And listen, again, the reality of it is, we've said this before, Gabe and I do show up here and we bet these games, and nobody likes losing money. So forgive me for not taking my shirt off and celebrating each U.S. goal, but we're on the under, and, we're sitting here 2-0, which was not the plan.
For me, I'm not anyone that, we all gamble we all bet every day. We all know, like, when you get out of your rhythm or your routine type thing, you know what I mean? No one likes it, right? And I wasn't ready for this. It was one of these. I went out, Canada game last night, big party in Vancouver last night in the streets, right? I was actually playing soccer last night at like 2 a.m. on the streets. It was awesome. I got goosebumps now. Like, there was people like Qataris, Canadians, New Zealand, like, just the world. We were in the middle of the street. There's all these bars and stuff, and out of nowhere, man, this ball just popped up. It was like God, like just soccer ball just flew in the air. So everyone starts kicking it around. It started going like different blocks up and down the street and stuff. Like, the World Cup is just like, it really is magical. Like, there's nothing like it. Like, I'm telling you, I've never seen anything like it, Kevin. Like, yesterday, there was like little Chinese ladies with like Canadian flags in their hats, and like everywhere. You know what I mean? Like everybody. And people think of like hockey and stuff. White people like hockey. You know what I mean? People think, oh, hockey in Canada is everything. Yeah, it is for like, a little, you know what I mean? It doesn't, like, soccer really does bring people together around the world. It really, really does. It's the only sport that does. Basketball does a bit too. Basketball is sort of got that vibe, right? Everybody plays basketball around the globe type thing, but no,
this is something different. There's no
the human aspect though of the World Cup, and we live in such a negative world and hostile, and everybody's upset and mad all the time about everything. Like, it's good to just sort of kick back and realize everybody's not so different in the world, right? Like I said, like, I was hanging with a bunch of Qataris, we're totally opposite, but we were all enjoying the game and kicking the ball around. Like I said, it's amazing what someone had a great tweet to me. They posted, they said, it's amazing what one ball can do. Like, you know what I mean? Just a ball. It's just a soccer ball.
Yep.
Like, I don't know if you saw like the clips of the kids running through the streets in Congo after their draw. Like, just magical type stuff. Like,
well, just like some of the watch parties from these, nations that aren't expecting much, and a draw is all they could ever ask for, and you just see the joy.
Yeah, like like Patrick Mahomes, all right, one of the biggest stars in American sports. North America, Patrick Mahomes, the goalie of Cabo Verde has more Instagram followers than Patrick Mahomes does.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Like, people think, oh, yeah, like, I know, like, what we said, like, you're not a star like Mbappe's a star. Like, you guys don't seem to get, like, a lot of people don't understand, like, the levels of this. Like, Ronaldo, Messi, Mbappe, like, Patrick Mahomes, Herschel Walker. It's like, good for you. You know what I mean? Like, seriously. Yeah. There's literally like 2 billion people watching this game right now. The Super Bowl gets 120 million viewers.
It's remarkable. Well, we saw that with just the numbers for some of these games and what they thought the fights would do, which was obviously always a nonsensical thing. But
USA ratings have been great though on Fox. Like, so this is really like it's exceeded expectations.
And the tournaments delivered, right? I mean, that's
they're getting like 10 million viewers on Fox, guys, for like non-US games. Like Brazil, Morocco had like 11 million viewers on Fox. Like, that's serious stuff, guys. Did I see England,
Croatia did like 15? I think maybe like 15 million for England, Croatia. Like, but again, like, it's 4-2. It's England. It's on. Like, it's been sensational here, and it's been a fun bet. Like, obviously, listen, it's frustrating, and a part of that is I think, myself.
Are you still betting baseball? I really haven't.
Gabe, I haven't bet a baseball game. No, here's the deal. And
I put my work into this. If you put our work into this, you can't half-ass it. You know what I mean? I'm like,
That's
I'm
what
like,
I'm
no, I
saying.
don't have time to cap all these baseball games. The World Cup is going on. I got to do this. Like, you know what I mean?
And honestly, does somebody really want me to give out Cubs Blue Jays picks in the middle of this right
That's
now?
what I'm saying.
Like, you know what
I
I
know
mean?
some people
Behind the
out there,
scenes,
I know,
Chris
but-
does, but that doesn't count respectfully.
Kofsky's got.
I don't always do a great job of delivering it in the right way. I will admit that. But I think overall, when you're honest with people, they know they can trust you. That, you know, I think the last thing you want to be is somebody who BS's people. And then they don't know if what you're saying is true, if you're manipulating them.
Outspoken with Dan Sileo. Only on SportsGrid.
Class is in session. Today, let's talk about the teaser. A teaser is a multi-leg bet where you shift the point spread in your favor. You get better numbers, but every selection has to win. It doesn't matter what you bet if you don't have the insights. Tune into SportsGrid and get ahead of the class.
Wembanyama goes to the park and plays chess against people. Like, I saw him come in with a book today. Yeah. He walked in with a book, Kevin. He had a bunch of books in his hand. I was thinking to myself, I'm like, he's the only NBA player that actually walks in with a book that actually read it.
Yeah. It's a good take. It's a good take. Yeah.
Shot of LeBron.
Listen,
I couldn't help
I
it.
knew that I was trying to cut you off before you said the name.
In-game live. Only on SportsGrid.
Hey there, it's your buddy Craig Carton. If you're trying to find out how to get all the great content that me and Tyrone Johnson give you every single day, here's Tyrone to tell you how.
You can subscribe on Apple Podcasts, YouTube, Spotify, and of course, Amazon Music as well. We're at all four.
That's right. It's the Craig Carton Show podcast every weekday morning live at 11, replayed at noon on YouTube and on SportsGrid throughout the country. Check it out.
In-game live, World Cup coverage continues right here on SportsGrid. Kevin Walsh, Gabriel Morency. We are live with you for all of U.S. versus Australia, U.S. 2, Australia 0. The U.S. to win this match are minus $1 billion, basically, here. Australia to try and pull a result out of this game is 19-1 on the double chance line there. Total's 3.5 right now, minus 150 to the under.
19-1 up for the comeback.
Yeah,
I don't think it's gonna happen. How about I like these? We've been pretty good with these too at the half with the shots. So team shots on target. USA only have 2 shots on target. That's crazy as it sounds, even though they're winning 2-0. Prop is now 4.5. So they need 3 shots on target in the second half if you want to go over. Australia have 1 shot on target. Their prop is now 2.5. Will they have 2 shots on target in the second half? They're not even trying to score. I mean, have they even done the ball past midfield type of thing?
Hold on, actually, Gabe, I have a statistic for you. It doesn't even feel real. Let me see if I can find it quickly. Completed passes in this game, which again, just passes, okay? 259 for the United States, 78 for Australia. Completed passes.
I got to be honest, I'm surprised it's that high. I'm almost looking at the time of possession, 70-30. It almost feels like it's 95-5, doesn't it? 70-30 almost feels light.
They must be sitting on those goal kicks for a while. But
5 corner kicks right now. 2 cards, 2 yellow cards in the first half, both Australia. We've had 3 corner kicks by the USA, 2 by Australia, so 5 corner kicks. Updated corner prop right now is same thing as it was before. It's sitting at 9.5 right now. Look, USA, are they going to run the score up? I don't think so. Right? I think at some point, like, they had their glory. They kind of ran it up. I know everyone likes to sort of get that statement. Kind of had that statement win. Are they going to win 3-0? Does it get to 4? I don't think so. I'm going to say 3-0 USA. I don't think Australia score.
Listen, I'm being optimistic here. I wouldn't be stunned if this thing sits 2-0. The U.S. did not do much in the second half of that match against Paraguay. Australia, as Gabe said, don't look threatening.
And despite all we just talked about, the dominance and the possession and all this, the U.S. really haven't done much offensively, Kevin. Like, there hasn't been, how many times have I said, oh, no, oh, like,
Gabe, they have
there hasn't been a lot of balls in the box, threats. There was an own goal, and then boom, they got the goal after, and it was sloppy play by the Australians. But you know what I mean, Kevin? It's not like the U.S. are all over them in the box. It's like, oh my God, they nearly scored again, right? They're not. They're dominating possession, but great game for the U.S. We're not criticizing it. We're just talking from a betting perspective here. That it's not like there's been a lot of scoring chances, guys. Like, as an under-better, Kevin, it's kind of, I'm not going to say we deserve better. It is what it is, but
we deserve better.
Kind of deserve better.
I'll say it.
We deserve better.
The U.S. right now have 0 big chances created. They have 2 goals.
Yeah.
The math on that doesn't work, guys. Okay?
I know.
Mexico
Australia hasn't done anything. Like, if you bet the under.
They're not even in the game.
I'll concede it should be 1-0, but that, like I said, that own goal was just a killer. And it was a bad goal that they scored the U.S. after, too, by Australia. Just sloppy. Yeah. I'm with you, Kevin, but listen, I hope. I bet in-game under 3.5 already, too, but my own personal opinion, I think the U.S. are going to score one more time. I think they win 3-0.
Yeah, I think it's on the board. The thing that I'm looking at, but I don't, listen, like, I don't want to, if we come into a game pre-flop on different sides, that's fine. I don't want to in-game open it up to us both losing a bet, but I really want to bet the over cards in this match.
We haven't gone head-to-head too much. We're sort of on different things a lot of the time.
Yeah.
But this is one of the times that we're on the same side and we're going down. We've let our viewers down, Walsh. We've let our viewers down today. We apologize. What do you want from me? I was out all night. We'll get in a groove as we go on.
Yeah. But here's what I don't want to do, Gabe, is after you pre-match were like under 2.5 cards, I in-game go over 3.5 cards. This thing finishes with 3 cards. And we're like, this is the worst advice we've ever been given.
And I'm telling you right now, for anyone that's got under 2.5 cards, there's going to be 0 cards called until like the 93rd minute. And somebody on Australia is going to get mad and do something stupid.
Just punch someone.
Dude, I lost a card prop. I don't know if you saw it yesterday. There was like a scrum I lost because of a little mini fight after.
Oh, really?
I forget. It's hard to keep up with all the teams. Yeah, one team really got mad when they lost, for real. Like, who was it? It was South Africa. It wasn't South Africa. They're big hotheads. There's another one. I was posting. I was like, these guys are just like psychos. Like, they just started shoving people after at the end of the game. It was the bald ref. He had enough. He gave 1 yellow card, and then he blew the whistle like the game was over. And it was the coolest thing ever, Kevin. They were all pushing, and the ref was like, do what you want. He started walking away. I was like, why'd you have to call that card then if you didn't care? Like, so looking at this right now, like I said, guys, my gut feel tells me USA score one more time and it ends up 3-0. But I hope I'm wrong. And I hope this ends up a boring second half and nothing happens and it ends up 2-0. But I just don't see it happening, Kevin. I mean, dangerous attacks, whatever. Like Australia, like how many times, I'd like to see how many times of Australia, they had the shot on target, what? Like in the first minute of the game, first 2 minutes, you know what I mean? It was like right away. They had some sort of lob to the box. But I can't remember seeing Australia on the other side of the pitch. Like they're like a football team that's never crossed the 50. They can't, like.
It's just not happened. It's not been when this game
is open things up, though.
So here's
Or
the
do
thing,
they?
Gabe. Are they?
Or do they?
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah.
They figure, you know what? We
Goal
already won.
differential.
We got the 3 points. Let's not get stupid and lose 4-0 now, guys. Exactly.
100%. 100%. Like, that's a big.
I can see the manager saying, guys, 2-0. Let's just keep it like this. Don't, like, just, you know what I mean? Think of the big picture, guys. We're not out of the tournament yet, you know?
I know it is wishful thinking to say I feel like this game could end 2-0. However, the U.S. have not had a moment of brilliance yet offensively. They've been opportunistic, but
no,
they have
I don't take anything away from them.
But they have not.
I don't want to say this, but like, it's almost the least impressive 6-1 margin, like between Paraguay and this. It's like, we can't take it away from you.
I thought they were impressive against Paraguay. I thought they were impressive against Paraguay.
People did the same thing to Germany, though. I saw a lot of people,
100%.
don't be fooled by the Germany carousel result. Germany really weren't that good. Well, they won 7-1. What do you want? What do you want them to do? Like, you know what I mean?
That's actually scary, honestly. Like, they weren't that good, and they won 7-1.
But you saw the same thing. You saw a lot of people saying, they really don't make much of it.
I've heard it's carousel so many times, which is insane, when the literal next day, Spain drew against Cape Verde. I cannot believe the amount of times people have said
anybody.
It's, first of all, again, we're all figuring this thing out, but the amount of people going, it's Curacao, like they know anything about Curacao soccer is bananas, okay? Like, I understand we all go, like, it's the Rockies or it's the Wizards.
And I know this stuff, and, you know, baseball, Curacao is Dutch, guys. Holland, right? Like, they have a connection there. So it's sort of like Cabo Verde. It's not a bunch of dudes just from an island type thing that, we have no money and we have no, like, shoes and, like, we can't play. It's like, no, like, they're in the World Cup for a reason. Like you said, like, they made the World Cup, you can play.
Yeah. Let me just say this. I did bet the over 3.5 cards. I'm not going to root for it massively, but if we get a third card at that point, then let them just kind of kill one another. I just can't see Australia being booked twice. Like, Australia being booked twice, and then this game, like, how are they not booked again? How are the U.S. not booked in this match? That's how I'm seeing the game right now. We'll be right back. All right, guys. So at the break, we're now rejoined here, USA, Australia. Australia, Gabe, made 3 subs coming out of the half.
Yeah.
And subs that people are kind of suggesting, hey, they're going for this game. They're going to try and be more attacking, which, while I can appreciate, I wish that wasn't the case. I wish they brought in all defensive players here to try and hold this result at 2-0. But they clearly not pleased with their opening performance, and nor should they be. They looked awful in the first half of this game.
I got to tell you, the sport is called the beautiful game, but there's nothing beautiful about watching Australia play football. Let's just call it off what it is. Right? I'm going to be, we're not going to sit here and tell you everyone's great and everything's awesome all the time, right? Like, they're just bad, Kevin. Like, it's just like there's no grace to their game. Like you said, it can't complete a pass. Like, there's no, like, do you see any skill on the pitch with Australia here? Like, you know what I mean?
No.
Like, is there one player that you're like, oh, look at this guy. Yeah, look at him flying around. Like, oh, he look dangerous. Like, dude, it's like watching him.
78 passes in the first.
Yeah,
like, 78 passes.
They're just not very good. And I'm not saying this to take anything away from America's game.
No,
he was there kicking ass. I'm just like, I told Kevin during the break, I'm watching Australia. Like, I said, God, these guys are just like a rough watch. Like, it's just not. They will themselves here. They work hard. They got the Aussie willpower. You know what I mean? Like, they're just not very good at it. And, honestly, soccer's not massive in Australia, guys. Right? Like, they don't have, it's not like, it's not like, like certain countries where it's like Uruguay or like life and death, etc. Soccer isn't the most popular sport in Aussie. They got Aussie rules football, right? So it's sort of like some people like the soccer. You got Aussie rules football and basketball. They're into Olympic sports and like swimming and you know what I mean? They're really good at all that type stuff. So like they don't live and die. Like, so my whole point is not like Australia puts a ton of money into their soccer program and like, oh, you better win. So it almost helps them in a way, Kevin, that they don't have the pressure of a nation on them type of thing. Hey, if you guys do well, good. Like, you talked about it. Like, basically, they said, like, we just want to beat the U.S. Like, right? When I said it's not bad blood, there was a lot of smack talk, right, coming into this.
Yeah.
Somebody called them a cupcake or like an easy match or whatever on the U.S. Australia picked up on that, but you kind of are. I mean, it is what it is. I mean, watching them play, how the hell did these guys beat Turkey,
tournament?
Kevin?
That's the point, though, Gabe. This was not supposed to be an easy group. And so far, Paraguay looked terrible, Australia looked terrible, and Australia beat Turkey. So
I know. I think we
I don't know
overhyped
how
the group,
to level
it wasn't a tough group, right? Turkey were supposedly the best team, and they're not even the best Turkish team.
I think it's pretty clear that those ELO ratings they're fine to look at, but like I don't think it's as reliable as like a Ken Palm. But Gabe, Australia, I think we're still higher rated than the U.S. on the ELO ratings.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. That's ridiculous.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like there's something some of that's not adding up.
But these rankings, don't forget. I mean, it's we got a 3-game window here, right? Yeah. So like the probabilities of all the metrics and everything, they don't really mean as much. I mean, it's a 1-game setting.
But
so
even in the world rankings, Gabe, Australia's top 30. They look like one of the worst teams we've seen all tournament.
And they're really not. I guarantee, like, dude, they are not a top 30 team in the world. They're just not. Like I said, like their domestic league sucks. Like number one. Like they don't. Like can you name a team in their league? You know what I mean? Oh yeah, that's a big team in their league. No, like soccer isn't a massive thing for them. In the big picture, but listen, I won't take anything away from them. But if you look at it, I think it was more of a pessimistic view of the U.S. coming into this, Kevin. Well, Paraguay are better than people realize, and hey, you got Turkey, etc. Like, people just didn't want to buy into the U.S. Like, even now, oh boy, here they come. Here they are.
Oh boy, Balogun's off and running here. Oh, he got caught. No other way to describe it, Gabe.
Wow, right? Wow, we're lucky. He was on a breakaway, like literal breakaway.
Absolutely.
Dude, yeah. Like, that's a goal, Kevin, like 95 out of 100. He slowed down, like you said. The dude caught him on Australia. Good job.
It's almost
why
like
is he grabbing into the Australian's jersey?
yeah, that's
why would you
bizarre.
do that?
But
like why would you do that?
I don't understand though. In that moment, there, like, is he not feeling the pressure of the like?
Yeah, you can't.
You're holding his
hear,
jersey.
like, how do you not?
I don't understand.
No,
like he slowed down in a way.
And honestly, that's
that
almost
didn't make any
embarrassing,
sense.
Kevin. Like, that's one of those, like, the guys on the
And this
team, when
has
they
two
watch the
goals.
tape after, they're going to bust his balls. They're going to be like, dude, what?
Yeah.
The white
Absolutely.
guy caught you from Australia, bro.
Yes.
Like,
Yes, they're like,
you
make
had a
a move.
breakaway.
What
the
was
white
that?
guy track you down.
Yeah, absolutely. Just
He
totally
kind of slowed down when he got to the box. Like, I don't, like, yeah,
100%.
he didn't feel the presence behind him.
I don't know for what reason. Maybe Gabe, he saw.
Hey,
he
we
goes,
got
"I'm gonna
lucky.
win the
Maybe
Golden
this
Boot."
is it, Kevin.
Yeah,
Yeah, we
Gabe,
got
like,
lucky.
how does
Maybe
this
that's
team
the
have two
turning point.
goals? I'll tell you this right now. We're 10 more scoreless minutes away from Gabe and I letting you know this game should be scoreless. Period.
Oh, yeah,
Okay?
yeah, no. My anger about the own goal is going to, like, raise as this goes on.
Yeah, rightfully so.
No,
This is
honestly, guys,
ridiculous.
listen. USA still only have 2 shots on target. Like, you know what I mean? Like I said, like, it really hasn't been, it's been a dominant performance, but I'm not taking anything away from the U.S. I'm just sort of saying, is this USA being great or Australia just suck? Like, I'm not really sure. Here's another corner kick for the U.S. 6-2 now. We're up to 8.
Oh, wow. I almost was looking at that under, and I didn't play it. So that's interesting that the U.S. are starting to pile up the corners here. The U.S.
Yeah,
are up to
if you're a
6
corner-
corners, Gabe?
Yeah. If you're a corner,
I think their
there's
halftime prop was 5.5 for the U.S.
Yeah, it was.
Believe it or not.
If you're a corner prop better to the over, Kevin, there's certain times where it's just like magic, and you get like 3 in a row on one sequence. Like corner kick, out of bounds, corner kick. Like Canada games are like that, right? Corner kick, corner kick, corner kick, corner kick.
Yeah. We have another player down here, which means we have more stoppage time potentially
good.
being
Kill time.
tacked on. Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. I hope he just
They're not going to add it
really
on after the ref. Just let it go. Let it go.
Yeah, we got to get out of here, right? 5 o'clock, hard out, baby.
Hey there, it's your buddy Craig Carton. If you're trying to find out how to get all the great content that me and Tyrone Johnson give you every single day, here's Tyrone to tell you how.
You can subscribe on Apple Podcasts, YouTube, Spotify, and of course, Amazon Music as well. We're at all 4.
That's right. It's the Craig Carton Show podcast every weekday morning live at 11, replayed at noon on YouTube and on SportsGrid throughout the country. Check it out.
Their pitching has been really good in their bullpen too. So Chris Getz, their general manager, credit to him. This guy was getting pounded a couple of years ago for decisions and everything like that, but man, it is seemingly working out. The fans, by the way, all of a sudden are pouring in there. Their attendance is on the rise too. So a great sign that the White Sox are in this thing. Now, long term, I don't know. Like, is this a postseason team? Is it a deep postseason team?
Pro Baseball Today, only on SportsGrid.
Are you ready for el verano más futbolero de tu vida? Latin Nation Football Club turns into Copa Nation, our live stream experience every day de lunes a viernes, 11 a.m. Pacific and 2 p.m. Pacific as well. Checking in after the games. In that slot between games, we got you, my friend. We're going to have celebrities, legends of the game, content creators, and a bunch of our friends that are going to keep you entertained and informed, letting you know what's happening all across the 3 countries that are going to be experiencing this crazy, crazy football tournament. Don't miss it. Copa Nation right here on Latin Nation every day. Check it out.
Back right here on Sports Grid, and I want to hyper-focus on the cards for a second here because...
Yeah, let me just take the loss here, Kevin. I apologize. God, I owe you guys some winners today. We got a CFL game coming up later. Don't worry.
But also, Gabe, to your point, you've kind of just been, for some of the card stuff, like, listen, we have a clear tournament feel, and I think in the wash, you're fine. But game to game now, we have 3 cards on the board with 40 minutes left of game time here,
but
potentially.
Let me ask you, kind of a soft, put it this way. How many times have you seen a tackle way worse than that in this tournament and it wasn't a card?
Gabe, I totally agree. That's
dude,
one of the reasons I bet the over
like
cards.
Giving cards out for nothing. Like, what are you doing?
That's why I bet the over cards, Gabe, is if this guy's card happy and we're not even getting to like the angry part of the match, like I don't want to be stubborn, but
you and I
how
didn't
do I
even
not
see
bet
the
over
first damn
4.5
card. It was so like nonchalant about it. Like nothing happened.
I don't even know if I saw the second card on at this point. I think
like normally it's like I was like, yeah, a big tackle. All right, that's a card. Like this guy's like card. That was a harmless tackle, bro. Like Buddy came in flying, playing the ball there, Kevin, on the U.S.
Yeah.
Like he didn't go in deliberately trying to kick the guy. He flew in, playing the ball, and he clipped them. That's a foul. That's not a card. That's just a common foul. Play on. Give him the ball if you want. Give Australia the ball. Fine. Like I said, that was a weak-ass card. I'm not complaining. It was a bad pick. I kind of, like you said, you know, when you get into these sort of, you know, you got to accept it. All right, I've been betting cards in every game. So it's like, it's 2.5. I don't like it. I got to bite it. But I haven't lost enough to sort of put me off the scent yet. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do.
The 2.5s are, it's not it's not a way to live, Kevin.
Well, that's
like, there's a reason they started at 3.5 before the tournament.
Out, exactly. That's the first 2.5 I saw you mention, I think, so far. Or one of the first 2.5s I've seen you mention so far. That's how much your under 3.5 cards has been the way to look at it. They had to book the whole tournament differently. Just the way that the tournament's been priced here.
Scotland and Morocco, I could see that being a chippy one. Well, we got another card here. Is there another one?
Is it?
No,
I don't think so. I don't think so. I don't think so.
No.
You know what? I'm gonna.
Ref is getting
maybe
mad
I'm getting.
What, dude?
Yeah,
for a team
like
that's losing 2-0. Yeah, like Australia are acting like they're up 2-0. They are literally like just eating the clock up. Like everybody on Australia is like either suddenly getting hurt or I think you and I were onto something at the half. I think they said, guys, chill out. We can't lose this game 4-5-0. All right, we've already got 3 points. We're playing Paraguay next, right?
Yep.
Just park the bus. Let's get out of here.
We have not seen guys lay down like this.
Think of that.
The U.S.
They won the
guys are
first
getting
game
angry,
2-0.
by the way, Gabe.
They won the first game 2-0. They'd be 2-2 now if you're Australia. You'd be like, guys, 2-2. We got 3 points. Don't turn this into a route where we got problems going into the last game and stuff. You know what I mean?
What a fantastic point, Gabe. What an amazing point. That the goal differential for this team is 0 right now.
Yeah.
Like they're not even behind.
Yeah.
Which means a draw against Paraguay, guys, I guarantee you is enough to move them on. It's not even
We were on to something. We were on to something at the half when we brought that up.
But I almost
goal
think
this matters. Exactly.
Yeah.
You don't want to lose. You can't lose 5-0. You tell them, guys, we're 2-2. We're 0 goal differential. We got 3 points. We got a draw against Paraguay. We're advancing. So everyone chill out. But if we lose 6-0 here or something, we got problems in the last game. Because you don't know what Turkey's going to do today.
With the match yesterday when we were live with Canada-Qatar, I was like, guys, Qatar know they're done. This isn't going to be some heroic effort from Qatar with 10 men to keep Canada out.
They tapped out Qatar. They tapped out. I was there.
Exactly. They're not worried about goal differential, guys. It's dead. You know what I mean? Like, it just is what it is. And it happens sometimes. But I'll tell you this, Gabe, quickly. I just bet over 4.5 cards now. I kind of think this thing just gets card happy here. Like you said, it's been soft fouls that are getting carded.
Yeah,
I think a couple of hard ones come in.
And I got to be honest. Like, guys, I've been betting cards every game. You guys know this? This is such a soft, non-physical game. I don't know how the hell there's 3 cards in this game.
Yeah.
We've seen these teams kill each other in this tournament, and they don't call cards. Like, seriously. Like
100%.
This ref, I don't know what your deal is. Oh, here come the Aussies. Oh, no.
Boy.
No, listen. No.
Nope. That's all we can root for. Nope. Skies it.
Over the net.
Skies it.
Oh.
Skies it.
Look, he's hurt again, the Aussie. Every time.
Hey there, it's your buddy Craig Carton. If you're trying to find out how to get all the great content that me and Tyrone Johnson give you every single day, here's Tyrone to tell you how.
You can subscribe on Apple Podcasts, YouTube, Spotify, and of course, Amazon Music as well. We're at all four.
That's right. It's the Craig Carton Show podcast every weekday morning live at 11, replayed at noon on YouTube and on SportsGrid throughout the country. Check it out.
Their pitching has been really good in their bullpen too. So Chris Getz, their general manager, credit to him. This guy was getting pounded a couple of years ago for decisions and everything like that, but man, it is seemingly working out. The fans, by the way, all of a sudden are pouring in there. Their attendance is on the rise too. So a great sign that the White Sox are in this thing. Now, long term, I don't know. Like, is this a postseason team? Is it a deep postseason team?
Pro Baseball Today, only on SportsGrid.
Are you ready for el verano más futbolero de tu vida? Latination Football Club turns into Copa Nation, our live stream experience every day de lunes a viernes, 11 a.m. Pacific and 2 p.m. Pacific as well. Checking in after the games. In that slot between games, we got you, my friend. We're going to have celebrities, legends of the game, content creators, and a bunch of our friends that are going to keep you entertained and informed, letting you know what's happening all across the 3 countries that are going to be experiencing this crazy football tournament. Don't miss it. Copa Nation right here on Latin Nation every day. Check it out.
Guys, I'm not going to overreact. Listen, I've had my heart broken before, but the U.S. are now in on the time wasting. Like, it's Gabe. The total's 2.5 now.
I know it's a big tease, Kevin. I don't want to think about it. Don't talk about it. It's one of those things.
Okay.
I know. Oh, shout out Target, Australia. All right. I know. I just got my eye on the clock, Kevin. I keep looking up. I'm like, all right. Once it gets to like 75, that's when my heart will start to thump a little bit. I'll be like, all right.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, though, this like the big tease is coming, man. I can just feel it.
I know. We have to survive it, but I'm just, again.
USA aren't doing anything, just for the record. So remember
they're ready to get out of
here.
They're ready to get out of here themselves. 2-0 is an incredible result. Pulisic isn't out there. What is this guy doing out of his box, this maniac?
I don't like it. The U.S. keeper, guys, is doing a lot of weird things, if you notice. You saw earlier at the start of the half. It's like, bro, you nearly, gave the ball away.
Yeah.
USA have been a little sloppy in the second. They've lost their intensity a bit. But I was going to say, Australia in the first half, brought nothing to the table. Nothing. They barely, they didn't have the ball. They weren't,
Have they matched their passes?
Here, they're much better in the second. You can tell Australia, there's more spirit. They're actually, they've got the ball more now. They've possession. They've had the ball a lot in the second. Now, suddenly, though, the U.S. aren't trying to score. The U.S. are just kind of killing time now. You can tell. They're just going through the motions.
Which is perfect. I mean, it's absolutely perfect.
We got 30 minutes left, Kevin. It's 66 minutes, so we'll add 5-6 minutes. Can we get a half hour? I don't know, bro. Let's hope. Can we go a half hour here without a goal?
But just to add, guys, the 3.5 okay? Minus 410 to the under.
I played it before.
You know, the books are seeing what we're seeing, right? So this is going to be very, very interesting to follow. And this was the other point. We made it a ton yesterday on the show, and obviously Gabe's well aware of this. We got through the first set of match days. Now a part of your handicaps has to be, what do these teams need? Where are these teams right now relative to their group, relative to the standings of this whole tournament? And again, Gabe nailed it. This result right here, both of these teams can live with. That's just the reality of it. Australia can't deal with this being 4-0, and the U.S. cannot blow this lead. Okay?
Exactly. Australia won 2-0, guys, against Turkey. Right? They beat Turkey 2-0. You lose 2-0. No harm, no foul. We got 3 points. We're equal moving forward. Right? Into the last game. You don't want the wheels to start to fall off. That's why, like last night with Qatar, like they knew they were toast, right? They knew, like, we need to win, or it doesn't matter anyways. If we get blown out, it is what it is.
Mm-hmm.
As a bettor here, Kevin, I like the pace of this half. I really do. I'm just waiting for that. Oh, here we go. Hydration break.
Time.
That's good, though. This will kill the flow even more here. Like, if you're in the U.S. now, they'll be like, all right, guys, we got 25 minutes. Let's get the hell out of here. And you don't want to get anyone injured, too. You can't afford to, you know what I mean? The hamstrings, little this and that. You can't. That was the dark side yesterday about Canada. Ishmael Kone broke his leg. I swear to God, Canada, guys, like everybody is hurt, and like bad things happen to everybody on this team. Like not soft stuff. It's like, he broke his leg. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like he's out for a year type thing. His career is screwed.
It's the first major injury of the tournament, I think. Yeah. I think it's the first major injury of the tournament.
Yeah.
Like, that's tough luck. That's really tough luck. Do you expect Davies back, Gabe? Like, for Switzerland?
Oh, yeah.
Like, what's that story?
Oh, yeah, I got goose. Yeah. He's right. He's coming. He's basically, he could have played yesterday, but they knew they could win without him. Point blank. Like, they're like, we don't
play.
Boy, I'll bring this up.
Midfield for Canada.
But yeah. No, you know what?
Right?
In the old days, they actually wanted. He was like, oh, he's the best one. So let's get him the ball and, like, you know what I mean? Let him play up front more. He wasn't good at it. Like, it wasn't his thing. Right?
Yeah.
He took the penalty kick in the last World Cup. It really pissed people off, and he missed. They were like, that's Jonathan David's kick. That's not his kick.
Wow.
Like, but they were like, nah, Davies. Like, let's, you know what I mean? Like, he gets the Otani treatment. And I don't want to say, too, it's almost like what Pula said, but, like, they like him, but they kiss his ass. You know what I mean? Canada.
Mm-hmm.
Like, point blank, Bayern Munich's doctor is with Canada. Like, who does that?
It's
like,
crazy.
They're the ones deciding when he can go, essentially.
That's tough.
That's how powerful they are, Bayern Munich. Like, they basically said. And they were mad because he got hurt, Kevin, playing in a third-place game in the Gold Cup.
Wow.
And Bayern Munich was pissed at Jesse Marsch. Like, mad. They were like, dude, like, we paid this guy a lot of money. You're like, and it was a meaning. You didn't need to play him in that game. But I understand. You got to understand, it's the nation stuff. But these big powerhouse teams, Kevin, they're very involved in this stuff. Like,
guys, the relationship with club and country are not simple always. I believe Mexico pretty much told their guys, you need to stop playing for your club before the season ends. Like you need to shut it down. I think maybe it was like April. Like, you're not playing May. Like, we have a World Cup to go to. Like, you're not. It's unacceptable. Like, we're playing host nation games.
And you saw it too, Kevin, with France. As good as France are, that first half, dude, the friendlies, you saw there was the stuff with the, the little turmoil with the team, and they're not shaking hands. But the thing is, they were playing in Champs League. You got PSG guys.
Gabe, Mbele might have been the worst one on the pitch.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Like, is that a coincidence?
No, exactly. He wasn't there. So as good as they are, those French guys basically were like, hey, good to see you, my man. I haven't seen you in like 3 months. Hey, how you doing? Like, yeah, we're playing now. Hey, like, it's like, yeah, we're all good. We're all the same team. Takes a little while. Like the English coach said, he goes, yeah, man, so once we start to break a sweat, he goes, after about 40 minutes, I like what I saw. He goes, first 40 minutes, we had to break a sweat. And he basically said, he goes, it's first World Cup game. He goes, there's nerves, too. And that's another thing, too. No matter how big you are, it's the World Cup, guys. It's like the Super Bowl. Except Super Bowl, 8 times if you make it to the final. It's a lot of pressure on these teams, guys. Like, I don't think people, a lot of people in North America understand the amount of pressure that are on France and the players.
Speaking of there's pressure, but again, like the levels you can reach. Like, here's the funny thing, right? And Gabe knows this. I was giving Pochettino a really hard time coming into this tournament. This guy's a couple wins away from being king. Like, you know what? We were like, he's going to ride off into the sunset. Like, it now feels like he's actually making a difference.
The U.S., the U.S. have made the round of 16 a bunch of times, right? They made a quarterfinals once, 94 when they hosted, etc. So there has been some success along the way. I think people are kind of a little bit too negative about U.S. soccer at times. But I don't want to speak factually and say this, but you could argue this is like the best start for a U.S. World Cup.
It's not even a question.
Look, you're buzzing, you're winning, it's in the U.S., you got a good, let's call it what it is. You got some momentum and a good buzz going right now around this side. But
people call the win against Paraguay the second best win in the history of the country.
I know, but the thing is, let's go back to the fact they don't look that good. As crazy as it sounds. They're okay.
I think they look a little better than you're giving them credit.
For the record, they still have 2 shots on target. You know what I'm talking about. Yeah, but they got 2 shots.
It should be 1-0. We all know it.
Yeah, we're going to go back.
5 more minutes, it should be scoreless. Let's look at the live total.
Every time they show the quick little replay of the whole goal, I'm just
minus 115 under 2.5. Game.
He literally kicked it in his own net. He literally kicked it in his own net. What is it now?
Minus 115 under 2.5.
Oh,
we're in the minus territory.
This is the biggest tease job ever. We got 73 minutes.
Hey there, it's your buddy Craig Carton. If you're trying to find out how to get all the great content that me and Tyrone Johnson give you every single day, here's Tyrone to tell you how.
You can subscribe on Apple Podcasts, YouTube, Spotify, and of course, Amazon Music as well. We're at all 4.
That's right. It's the Craig Carton Show podcast every weekday morning live at 11, replayed at noon on YouTube and on SportsGrid throughout the country. Check it out.
Pitching has been really good in their bullpen too. So Chris Getz, their general manager, credit to him. This guy was getting pounded a couple of years ago for decisions and everything like that, but man, it is seemingly working out. The fans, by the way, all of a sudden are pouring in there. Their attendance is on the rise too. So a great sign that the White Sox are in this thing. Now, long term, I don't know. Like, is this a postseason team? Is it a deep postseason team?
Pro Baseball Today, only on SportsGrid.
Are you ready for el verano más futbolero de tu vida? Latin Nation Football Club turns into Copa Nation, our live stream experience every day de lunes a viernes, 11 a.m. Pacific and 2 p.m. Pacific as well. Checking in after the games. In that slot between games, we got you, my friend. We're going to have celebrities, legends of the game, content creators, and a bunch of our friends that are going to keep you entertained and informed, letting you know what's happening all across the 3 countries that are going to be experiencing this crazy, crazy football tournament. Don't miss it. Copa Nation right here on Latin Nation every day. Check it out.
All right, guys, we're back right here on SportsGrid, and we are seeing Australia really ramp things up here. Just for a little perspective, they have nearly completed 100 more passes in this half than the entire first half. And by the way, we've not even played an entire half yet. So just to be very clear, kind of just how much better this team has been. But also, maybe the better way to say it is, and I think this is why, understandably, Gabe is super low on what he's seen from the U.S. in this game. It's not that Australia have played well in the second half. It's that the opening half of play from Australia is one of the worst halves we've seen from any country this whole tournament. I think that's okay to say.
Yeah, I think that's a fair statement, exactly. And I'm not criticizing the U.S. performance at all. I mean, you're winning. You're up 2-0. You won the first game 4-1.
Yep.
I just pointing out that, it was almost just how bad Australia was in the first half.
100%.
And I look forward. I don't know if there's a card coming here.
This kid, Robinson's already on a card, so it better not be a card.
Buddy on Australia is acting like he's dead. Like he's rolling around. He's like the end of the world here.
But Gabe,
I don't see it. No card. No card still. Ref's like, get out of my way. Look, I like this ref. He's like,
I don't want, honestly, I don't want Robinson to get a card. I don't want him to get a card because, Gabe, then it's a red. No. They should give that kid a card for falling. Come on.
Robinson grabbed his jersey. Let's see. I don't know. I think he did get hit in the face, actually.
Okay. Yeah, but I think he hit himself in the face with his hand.
They played on. They got out of it. Australia are pressing a little bit. We got a throw in down deep here. We're in the 78th minute now. This total's getting real, Kevin. Now we're into real zone here.
I know. But now I'm trying not to.
I'm worried the U.S. are going to score on a counter here at some point.
Yeah.
We're lucky, though. That was the turning point, bro, the breakaway. That was like we were toast, right? And since then, are they going to get one more sort of, oh boy, corner kick, Australia? USA have really kind of gotten complacent here in the second half. I don't mind being under better, but they're really not. This isn't a great second half for them.
No, they're just kind of holding for the result.
To me.
Yeah. The only thing that I'm trying to not overreact to is the live cards. Like I said, the way the game fell. Huh? It is, Gabe, but I'm just a little surprised. It's like minus 115 to the over. I would be a bit stunned if there wasn't another card in this match with what I'm seeing here. Like, you got guys getting hit in the face, falling. Everyone's just defending, barely looking to score. Like, nothing about, look at this. Every single person's barely getting hit in the head. And they're like, yeah, it's pick if we get another card in this match. Like, I don't think it's pick.
This is turning into what people don't like soccer, where we tell them, hey, you guys, that's not true. This is turning into where it is true. Yeah. Everybody's faking injuries. Everybody's like, oh, they're rolling around like the end of the world. I think the heat is getting to them too. Maybe. I think let's be real. It's hot. It's hot in Seattle. Like you see, man, it's hot there on the pitch right now. And I think everyone's slowing down a little bit. You know what I mean? It's just sort of like, you can just sort of see the U.S. have slowed down a lot. But for betting purposes, it's kept us in this game. And I'll reiterate, like you said, Kevin, how many times are we going to say this? This should be a smooth win for us. This should be 1-0 right now. Like, we should be kicking back on up. Should we bet under 1.5 in game? You know what I mean? We got screwed, man. You're screwed.
It's crazy.
2 soft goals, an own goal and a bad goal. An own goal and just a bad goal allowed.
Yeah, this being scoreless would not. It being scoreless would make more sense than 2-0. Is really where I'm at with this game right now. But hey, it's what we have. It's where we're at. I saw minus 145 on the under 2.5 right now, so we're kind of back to where it closed. I don't think there's going to be any more live bets really coming from Gabe and I here, though. I don't think. Like a shots prop or anything like that. I just think we kind of ride this thing out.
We've already, exactly. We've got the action. It is what it is. And I'm not really feeling anything either, too. Will there be another card? I've already lost the 2.5 here. But This could actually, you know what? It's sort of, I don't even want to say it. Like, the game's not over yet, but these games, it could go from disaster to a success, Kevin. There's a fine line to it. You know what I mean?
You also want to talk about careful what you wish for. Like, the first game of the tournament with, like, a massive added time in the first half, Gabe and I aren't going to be on for the entirety of this game. We're just not going to be. We're out here at 5 o'clock.
We're not going to make it, yeah.
Like, we're not going to make it until the end.
I want to ask you this. This is a great, like, dude, there's been a lot of wasted time in the second half here.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of wasted time. How much time are they going to add on?
I mean, you got to think it's
probably 10. It should be 8, 10 type thing if we're being real.
Which means it'll be like 6.
I hope the refs just like, guys, you know, we all want to get out of here. You're, like, almost tell us, you're not coming back. It's 2-0. USA, you win. Let's just sort of. If I was the ref, I'd almost walk over to the coaches on the side and go, "We good? We good?" Like, all right, I'm just gonna.
Everybody happy?
I'm having 4 minutes and get out of here. Like,
yeah. I don't disagree. I wanted to just quickly bring up
now, Kevin. I swear to God, bro, the clock is ticking so slow, Kevin. When you're an under better, when you're an over better and you need it, you're like, man, that clock is ticking fast. But now I look up, I'm like, God, 47, 48, 40. It's just like, I'm thinking, man, it's going to be a long 17 minutes. We got to get through this, man.
No, it's going to be tough.
No, Australia.
Oh, gosh.
No. Oh, God.
Oh, gosh.
Dude, USA are getting real sloppy here, man.
Yeah, maybe, like, stop with the whole will defend for 40 minutes game plan they have going on. Like, you are better than this team. Goodness. Yeah, can someone foul somebody?
They've totally stopped. Like, exactly. There's no forward advancement for the U.S. in the second half. No, they're literally just passing it sideways and, like, you know.
You know what it almost is like, Gabe? It's like they realized that 2-0 would be good for Australia, and they thought they'd stop trying. But it's like, no,
I think they realized too. Yeah. They're like, we're all good.
Hey there, it's your buddy Craig Carton. If you're trying to find out how to get all the great content that me and Tyrone Johnson give you every single day, here's Tyrone to tell you how.
You can subscribe on Apple Podcasts, YouTube, Spotify, and of course, Amazon Music as well. We're at all 4.
That's right. It's the Craig Carton Show podcast every weekday morning live at 11, replayed at noon on YouTube and on SportsGrid throughout the country. Check it out.
Pitching has been really good in their bullpen too. So Chris Getz, their general manager, credit to him. This guy was getting pounded a couple of years ago for decisions and everything like that, but man, it is seemingly working out. The fans, by the way, all of a sudden are pouring in there. Their attendance is on the rise too. So a great sign that the White Sox are in this thing. Now, long term, I don't know. Like, is this a postseason team? Is it a deep postseason team?
Pro Baseball Today, only on SportsGrid.
Are you ready for el verano más futbolero de tu vida? Latination Football Club turns into Copa Nation, our live stream experience every day de lunes a viernes, 11 a.m. Pacific and 2 p.m. Pacific as well. Checking in after the games. In that slot between games, we got you, my friend. We're going to have celebrities, legends of the game, content creators, and a bunch of our friends that are going to keep you entertained and informed, letting you know what's happening all across the 3 countries that are going to be experiencing this crazy, crazy football tournament. Don't miss it. Copa Nation right here on Latin Nation every day. Check it out.
All right, guys, quick programming note here. Kevin Walsh, Gabriel Morency. At 6 o'clock, In-Game Live will be back. It will not be myself or Gabe. It'll be Tom Vecchio and Joe Ranieri with you for the opening half of Morocco and Scotland. And then we've got a little Brazil-Haiti coverage coming for you at 8 o'clock. I'll be on with Tom Vecchio for, I guess, what will be about 30 minutes of that game. I know the game starts at 8:30. We're on starting at 8. So that is what we have remaining here as far as in-game coverage. I will let people know for Morocco, Scotland, I am on Morocco over 14.5 team shots. It's a tricky game. I lean under. I think the way the match sets up, Morocco, while I don't think they'll be very fruitful in attack, I think they will continue to attack and be a little bit Kevin. Free. Come on, somebody call somebody.
There's got to be cards here. There's a mini fight here. There's got to be a card for you.
Come on. This is out of control.
Let's see. No, the ref. I don't know. Ref, you really screwed me, bro. Before,
he screwed us
now,
both. Just like he said,
I know. Yeah.
Just like he said.
Kevin, before you're giving cards like they're candy for nothing. Now they're killing each other, and you don't give cards anymore.
Yeah. This should be.
Here it comes, Kevin. You got he's busting the card out.
Double cards. We need double cards. Is that what we're doing, maybe?
What did I tell you guys? I told you guys, right? I said late in the game, this is when the cards come.
That's what I was saying, Gabe. That's why I didn't understand. Oh, he did just go double cards. How many cards did he just give out?
I think he gave 2. Or 3. Let's see.
Oh, that's gorgeous. I mean, now that's just sensational.
No.
I think I just said 3.5.
Let me see. I don't. There it is. All right. USA yellow card. 2 cards now. So we're up to 4.
No, it's got to be multiple. No.
Look at the guy on Australia on his back here.
There's no way that there's only. There's no way. There's no way. There's no way.
Oh, okay, yeah. There you go. 5. There you go. 5. Gave one to Australia. There. I was going to say that tall dude on Australia.
Oh, it's a 6 cards, Gabe. Gabe, my counter's saying 6 over on DraftKings.
Are you? I see 5 still. Let's see.
Cards.
Either way, you got over, though. Oh, my God. Again. Dude, how much out of come? Look at this. Again. Look at this. They want to fight again?
Gabe, I'll be honest with you. I did a little what we call an under the hat at halftime.
6. You're right. Sorry, my meter just moved, Kevin. 6 cards. 4-2 now. 4 cards for Australia. Dude, they're about to fight on the pitch now, these guys. Like, it's
100%. Hold on, Gabe. You'll appreciate this. At half, 11-1 over 5.5 cards. I had a $5 free bet in the account. I put it in.
Nice.
But guys, I just wanted to say this. I did, and I felt bad going. This official was calling a lot of cards, and these teams kind of hate each other. Eventually, this was going to happen, it feels like. Right, Gabe?
Here's a corner kick for the U.S. This is where we're, Kevin. We're getting close. Not now. Yeah. We've come this far, man. You know what I mean? Like, not now.
No, it's a good point.
We're in the 90th minute. Don't do this to us.
Everyone get
come on.
Yeah, like what the little quick kicks, right, Gabe, where you just dribble it out. This doesn't need to go whipped into the box.
No, just pass it in. Exactly. I'd pass it in and pass it back out to midfield.
I agree.
They just passed it in. Perfect. USA
perfect.
Didn't even care. They didn't even care. Look at that. They don't even care. They're like, we don't even want the ball.
6 minutes. People, they've been fighting, laying on the floor.
Yeah. USA literally just had a corner kick and gave the ball away. They literally rolled it in bounds and said, take it. Like, we don't even care. Like, whatever.
Yeah. This is nuts.
Oh, God. How much? Kevin, this is the best thing ever. 6 minutes at a time only. As if.
They've been fighting. They've been.
You know, this 3-minute hydration break? You're telling me this whole second half, guys, they haven't played soccer. Everybody's been lying, fighting, like rolling around. Like 6. Refs had enough. 6 minutes.
6 minutes.
I was scared. I was like, man, this could be like 13 minutes out or something.
Good. This is good.
Look at this. The guy on Australia just shoved the American in the back.
So that was when Gabe, that's from when he was giving out like 30 yellow cards. That guy just ran over and shoved him. Guys, we are unfortunately not going to be with you until the end of this game. But It's been an absolute treat. Root the
Pray
under
for us.
in.
Under.
Root the under in. Under. Please no
Hey,
last
me and
minute
Walsh are on
goal.
tomorrow. Sweden,
Yes,
Netherlands.
Sweden. Yeah, listen, if there's a game on, we're probably on at this point. We'll see you then.
Hey there, it's your buddy Craig Carton. If you're trying to find out how to get all the great content that me and Tyrone Johnson give you every single day, here's Tyrone to tell you how.
You can subscribe on Apple Podcasts, YouTube, Spotify, and of course, Amazon Music as well. We're at all four.
That's right. It's the Craig Carton Show podcast every weekday morning live at 11, replayed at noon on YouTube and on SportsGrid throughout the country. Check it out.
Their pitching has been really good in their bullpen too. So Chris Getz, their general manager, credit to him. This guy was getting pounded a couple of years ago for decisions and everything like that, but man, it is seemingly working out. The fans, by the way, all of a sudden are pouring in there. Their attendance is on the rise too. So a great sign that the White Sox are in this thing. Now, long term, I don't know. Like, is this a postseason team? Is it a deep postseason team?
Pro Baseball Today, only on SportsGrid.
Are you ready for el verano más futbolero de tu vida? Latination Football Club turns into Copa Nation, our live stream experience every day de lunes a viernes, 11 a.m. Pacific and 2 p.m. Pacific as well. Checking in after the games. In that slot between games, we got you, my friend. We're going to have celebrities, legends of the game, content creators, and a bunch of our friends that are going to keep you entertained and informed, letting you know what's happening all across the 3 countries that are going to be experiencing this crazy football tournament. Don't miss it. Copa Nation right here on Latin Nation every day. Check it out. Que tranza, mi gente. We are back here on Copa Nation, the live stream for the World Cup that we're putting together here on Latin Nation Media. Los meros de Latin Nation Football Club. Very happy because Mexico advances, qualifying in first place.